Uh, we just witnessed a piss poor Man United lose against a 10-man Newcastle 2-1 with a late winner from Newcastle. Man United scorer was Casemiro late in that first half after a penalty from Newcastle. It was a poor game. I have so much to say. I'm fuming at the moment. I'm not happy about what happened, and I hope you guys are ready for some rants, because Stu is with me in the studio. So guys, smash the like, subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils, and we will be back by slating Man United, because this performance was piss poor, not good enough, and I'm not happy. So guys, see you in a second after the short intro. Yes, guys, we are back with another edition of the Tactical Devils, and we are going to do the match reaction of Newcastle United against Manchester United. I've seen a lot of you have tuned in already. We have Jarle Malmin in the house, Catherine Non-Nonsense McDade, Andrew Collins is here. We have Danny B is in the house. Big up Danny B with his green and gold emojis. Big up. So, I'm so pissed right now. For me, I felt that this was a game we should have won. But United, we played the wrong formation from the get-go. I'm not happy with what Carrick did. We should never have started Sesko, in my estimation. We couldn't figure out how to play against a three-man midfield with a deeper Tonali. We didn't know who was going to pick up Tonali. I think we let the Newcastle dominate possession at times. We had no urgency. Our press play was piss poor. There's so many things I want to say about this game, and I got to give it to Newcastle. They fought really hard with 10 men. Sometimes this happens. We saw it against Everton. So again, some of these players just switch off and they're not interested. They're not interested going into the fight. They're not interested fighting for the shirt, for the Man United fans, for each other, and not willing to put in the effort needed to win a football game. So that's my little rant, but we will come back to more tactical stuff. I will bring up the tactical board. I will bring up some footage. But tonight, I think it's more about the emotions in the beginning. We will try to delve the emotions. And I see a lot of people have tuned in. We have Tyrone coming in and say, shocking football tonight. Absolutely diabolical. 100% Tyrone. 100%. It was diabolical. Piss poor. Dreadful performance from a lot of these guys. I'm not happy. We have Grace in the house. Big up Grace. Carrick out for the loss, but for benching Dallo, what a prick. Okay. Well, Grace is coming in hard on Carrick already. We have Sebastian in the house. Deserve to lose, right? 10 versus 11. You can't play like that. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Roddy Johnson comes in with one word only, starts with S, ends with ite. And I can't say that word out loud, but I agree 100%. Roddy, Belal is in the house. Could have been Clearo Villa. Yes, we saw Chelsea winning 4-1 against Aston Villa. Arsenal winning, Manchester City drawing, and Liverpool losing yesterday. It was all in our hands to take a tight grip around the Champions League places. But now it's all up for grabs again. And, we can actually let this slip if we keep going. So, okay, over to you, Stu. So how do you feel right now?
Well, I spoke about it last night, didn't I? So did you. We spoke about the importance of Tonali in the game. Yeah. And I spoke about specifically how I'd have used Kobe Mainoo to block him and to man mark him. Yes, it would have taken Kobe Mainoo out of the match, but it would also taken Tonali out of the game. When you take Tonali out of the game, you've then got a decent Joe Linton, because I thought Joe Linton played pretty well tonight, but he's not Tonali. Bruno just couldn't cope with him tonight. You know, I mean, you've got visual, you know, proof of what we're going to talk about a bit later about the way that Tonali just waved Bruno goodbye every fucking minute, you know, and some that somehow found 10 yards of space all the time, because that's what top midfielders do. You know, the very best in the world can find that space. And we spoke about it on here last night. We were very clear about what we needed to do. You stop Tonali, you can stop the way that Newcastle play. Now, we also spoke about the infancy in which Newcastle play in terms of, you know, running around at 100 miles an hour, Gordon, Alanga, you know, they just press so fucking high and so fucking quick. And yet we don't seem to do that. We get the ball and we stand on it, and we're so lethargic in our play. We're so slow. And I swear to God, guys, you must have seen it, even the devilish tacticos, you must have seen what happened tonight. We went like we played under Amorim. It wasn't the way that Michael Carrick, I supposedly, wants to set it out. We played like we were under Amorim. We almost gave the ball away twice from playing it out from the goalkeeper. Twice. Which was unthinkable. It's not how you play football. And Bumo, Jesus, his legs were stuck together today. He just couldn't get going. Cunha couldn't get going. Bruno wasted. Don't get me started on Kobe Mainoo, by the way. And you can come and you can have a go at me all you like about Kobe Mainoo today. But if somebody actually tells me, bar his shot, that Kobe Mainoo is worth his place in that team, then you know,
not only Kobe Mainoo, Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo, the two most static guys on the island of Britain. You know, what a fucking holes, just standing there on a line, not being willing to run. Someone needs to take initiative. Nothing happened for me. You know, I touched on it yesterday. I said it. I saw the intensity of Kobe Mainoo dropping. I'm not having it. Kobe Mainoo, you got to raise your game. That's from me, Jarvis. Come on, you have to do better. It's not good enough.
You can't put Kobe Mainoo and intensity on the same fucking word bracket, Jarvis. You can't do it. I can't. That's it. The Dalot, missing Dalot tonight was a bit of a surprise to me. I've got to say, I don't understand. Luke Shaw goes off ill, okay, and makes the starting 11. Dalot's been all right this, you know, under Carrick, and gets dropped for Mazzari. I thought Mazzari at times was substandard today. Yoro, well, I don't know where we're going with Yoro. Do you know what, guys? That'll do me. That'll do me. I'm just going to keep going and going and going and going.
Okay, guys. Well, it's okay. We are reactionary. You know, we just lost our first game in how long? So
who's playing Agate? We haven't said anything about Agate. I haven't said anything about Agate, nor is Jarvis is saying.
So. No. Carlos just say I'll start to Agate, and Hussein says, but let's blame Ugarte. Yeah, he had more intensity. Ugarte came on. Ugarte actually moved forward.
He did something.
He was actually willing to do something. So again, you know, I'm not blaming Ugarte tonight. I'm not. No. Andrew Williams comes in and say 100% Jarvis Kobe has got comfortable and his level has dropped. Well, it's just Man United, you know, the illness of Man United. Some of these players, when they reach a certain level, they feel entitled and they start putting in the effort. I've seen it over and over. You've seen it with Rashford. We've seen it with even McTominay when he played for Man United, certain games. A lot of these Man United players, I don't know why. Sometimes I believe maybe they start believing in their own hype, you know, not willing to put in the effort. I don't know. But tonight, losing against a 10-man Newcastle, it's third time I will say this, it's piss poor.
It is piss poor. It is piss poor. When they came out in the second half, and look, I'm going to tell you now, guys, I thought the sending off was, and I said to Jarvis, actually, I wrote to Jarvis 2 minutes before the red card, didn't I, Jarvis? I said there's a red card in this, because the referee left himself nowhere to go. He was dishing out fucking cards left, right, and
Pete
centre.
Banks, what a fucking tool.
Just dishing out little fucking cards.
Well, the referees, for me, you have no understanding of the game of football. For me, the red card was totally wrong. You have no understanding of the game of football, and you shouldn't just hand out yellow cards in a tight game, like a big game like Man United, Newcastle, and at St. James's Park. You know, he as you said, he painted himself into a corner, and you know he had nowhere to go. Just had to hand out all those yellow cards, and it was, you know. It was a tough game, yeah, but it wasn't a bad game. The only dirty thing I saw was the elbow from elbow on Luke Shaw from Dan Burn.
Yeah, Dan Burn gets away with it, doesn't he?
For me, I feel maybe if VAR sometimes should do something, that was a time to intervene. For me, that's a clear elbow. You see him once, and then the second time,
he uses force. 100% he elbows. He's a big lad, Dan Burn. That would have been a painful experience. You know, I took an elbow a couple of weeks ago, as I told you. It's a very painful experience. And I'm still, you know, it's still sore now. It's very, very sore.
Yeah, especially if it hits you like on the side of your head.
It's really, really sore. So, that was sore. But the ref gave himself no choice. He was really inconsistent with the types of fouls it was given as free kicks and as yellow cards, etc. So, look, Carrick got it all wrong today for me. He totally got it wrong, and he didn't know what to do. And I was a bit disappointed in Steve Round, not being up alongside him, and saying, "Look, this is what you've got to do. This is what I need from you. Get these lads sorted." And why we can't get up. Against 10 men is beyond me. It's happened twice now, as you quite rightly said. It's happened against Everton, and it's now happened against Newcastle. They go down to 10 men. People are going to want to get a man sent off against us, because quite clearly that's how we get how we win. These players have got to take a long look at themselves. Haven't we got? When do we play?
Big up, Sebastian. Big up. Thank you for tuning in.
When do we play next?
Well, now we have the FA Cup coming up. Then we have an international break, and then we have an FA Cup. So I think it's 3
weeks. We don't play for 3 fucking weeks, and these players can't win a game of football. They can have
against 10 men. Against 10 men.
And Newcastle have been. I think Newcastle played about 18 games more than us, or something like that, or 19 games more than us, or something stupid like that. And we cannot beat a 10-man team. So, look, Carrick's got major problems where everyone was blowing smoke up fucking his arse again. Oh, can you win the league? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. That's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Hey, Vicky.
Bullshit.
It's just total bollocks.
It's bollocks. Boxing Straight Talk says we were flat. 100%, I agree.
We
moved the ball slow. We got dominated in wide areas all game, and the best team on the night won.
They did.
You summed it up right there, Boxing Straight Talk. You know football. That's a brilliant comment. I agree. I couldn't agree more. Roddy comes in and say the ref was a muppet. Carrick got it wrong the day, but we'll get to Champions League. Hopefully we will do that. I feel we should have won tonight, but maybe in some of the other games, let's say the last 3 games, it evens itself out in a way, because the performance has dropped. The performance has dropped since the Spurs game, and after that against West Ham, against Crystal Palace, the performance hasn't been good enough for me. And I've been talking about it. Maybe some people have been almost calling me negative. Why can't I just absorb and be happy? We are winning game, and yes, I agree with the results, but I see the performance. I see what we are doing on the pitch, and you see the energy level on the players are dropping. They are dropping, and they're starting to go themselves down into blind alleys. If you understand what I mean about that. Blind alleys. You get out of ideas. You don't have ideas anymore.
Well, we're just not mentally strong enough. We're not mentally tough enough. Our players aren't mentally tough enough, and that's terrible. To play for Manchester United, an elite football club, you haven't got the mental capacity because you can't be bothered. Oh, fucking hell! fucking 4-hour trip up to Newcastle. I'm fucking tired. Oh, I can't be bothered to do this. I can't be bothered to do that. I can't.
And it's cold in Newcastle. It's cold.
Of course it is. Yeah, exactly. I can't be
cold,
bothered to run. I can't be bothered to chase. You know, Eddie Howe didn't need to get Newcastle motivated to beat Manchester United today. We haven't won there in 5 years, have we? We get results. What was it, 2021? I think was the last time we got a result there. We lack the mental capacity against teams who will not punish you physically, but punish you by stress running you, and they'll just run you into the corner. They'll run you into the ground. Trippier, Lewis Hall, Gordon, Alanga, Murphy, Byrne. You know, they just Joe Linton. They're just constantly at you like ticks, just ticking and ticking and ticking at you. And we lack the mental strength to deal with that. We can't brush them off, can we? And say, all right, mate, calm down. Next time you do that, I'm going to crunch you. We can't do that. We don't do that. We don't go in hard. Physically, we go in soft.
No, yeah. But tonight, Stu, I agree on all that. We lost most of the duels. I haven't looked at the stats yet, but the eye test tells me we lost the majority of the duels.
Lost them all.
It felt sometimes like men against boys, you know, and I'm not sure why we had some strange tactics tonight, and let's just get into it before we just sit there and piss and moan for 2 hours. You know, it won't make a good show. But I just want to say, why did we try to play Cunha against Trippier, the long ball? I think we tried it like 10 times. It must be the poorest move in football I've ever seen, because Trippier won 9 out of 10 duels in those areas.
He will do, and I don't know.
I mean, you know, Cunha is a bigger guy. You know, on paper maybe it works, but after the third time, maybe the fourth time, you stop trying. But why do it 10 times? You know. Have some creativity on the pitch, even if the coach tells you that's the plan. Do something else, change it up. You know, as you always say, Stu, go rogue.
You have to. But to be honest, Joyce, I didn't see any real tactics from us tonight. I just looked like a bunch of players who just didn't know what to do. Couldn't make up their own minds as footballers, and couldn't follow instructions from the coaches. Well, you're on a hiding to nothing there straight away. You know, if you don't know what you're doing because you can't make up your own mind how to affect yourself on the game, and you won't listen to the coaching, well, what are you going to? You're never going to win a game of football. I don't know. I'm actually at a loss on what to say. I really am at a loss on what to say tonight. You know, I'm so fucking fed up.
Wiki comes in and says Stu couldn't be a manager. He'd be red carded before the first half.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Vicky, you're right, my darling. Yeah, absolutely right.
Okay, guys, let's get over to the facts of the game. Let's just talk about the game, because the emotions, you know, is running wild at the moment. I know the Primate and all of you guys. I know it's too much, but sometimes the emotions get the better of us, and you know we live with Man United and we fight with Man United. You know, I sit there in my good chair, you know, always, you know, when we have a big chance, I'm jumping and screaming to the telly and try to keep it calm, because I don't want to wake up the kids and all of this. You know, it's a roller coaster all the time being a Man United fan. And sometimes, you know, we are, you know, I'm genuinely disappointed and angry when we lose, and that's just the way it is. But okay, I got it off my chest. Let's start analyzing and talk about football. So, guys, what I saw in that first half is... let me just bring up the tactical board first of all, Stu, and we can talk about what we saw. It's a mess since yesterday. I haven't looked at it since yesterday. So yesterday I talked about this on Nuruddin's channel, and I thought, and for me, I felt that we should start with a box, midfield box, and I think the space that we should exploit, because Newcastle's number 8 were pushing high, was behind their number 8s because Tonali couldn't cover both sides for me.
Mm.
So I always thought that will be the best idea, and then go with our wingers and start the counter attack. But unfortunately, we didn't. So what I saw was Newcastle. They were playing really compact at times, and Tonali, how elegantly he just makes himself space. And I think the game plan from Carrick was Bruno was the man who was going to take care of Tonali most of the time. But
wrong choice, wrong player choice to do
Bruno is not disciplined enough and strong enough when it comes to this. He ball watches and gets carried away and directly wants to start pressing the ball carrier or the man on the ball. And in times like this, you see Tonali all the time finding the right pockets. And he used one movement, especially tonight, a lot of the times when Newcastle played out from the back and we started pressing. He just moved like this. And I don't know how, but he found space in such an elegant way. And during this, Bruno lost his marking on Tonali so many times. So it ended with Tonali just kind of dictating the game. And also on the ball, Newcastle were brilliant because, as I said again, Tonali on the ball is so calm. He knows how to dictate the game and set the tempo. And after tonight, I was watching Tonali really tight, and I understand now why he's worth 100 million. And for me, I'm not even doubtful in my mind. If we can get Tonali for 100 million, pay up, he's worth it. He's a class midfielder for me.
I think Tonali's worth it, but we lack the courage though to sacrifice a player, and we should have man-marked Tonali 100%. I don't like man-marking normally in a game, but Tonali you have to man-mark, and he demonstrated the reason tonight. If you don't man-mark him, how dangerous he can be, because he drifts into spaces, and he always drifts into a pocket, and he's always got 5 to 10 yards maximum around him space-wise. He's a good technician. He's quick with his passing. He's accurate with his long-range passing. He's brilliant with his short-range passing. So I said last night we should have sacrificed Mainu, because Mainu has got zero energy at the moment. So focus him on something. He's not focused on the game at all right now. Focus him on Tonali. If you'd taken Tonali out of the game, you would have had more over-reliance, on the likes of Ramsey and Joe Linton. Now, Joe Linton had a decent game. We know all this, and he did. He had a really, really good game, Joe Linton. But
1 second.
That's all right. That's because he had Tonali to deliver to him and feed off him. So Tonali was their focal point. I mean, we spoke about it last night. If you sacrifice a player just on the odd occasion, like Mainu, to stop Tonali, you may have stopped the flow of Newcastle. Stop the flow with Newcastle. The ball doesn't go out wide to Lewis Hall, doesn't go out wide to Trippier, and we've got a chance of staying in the game. But Carrick, and the coaching staff and the players, by the way, are watching Tonali just sweep into areas, about 50 trees have been felled. So he's got all this open space, and he gets the ball and he uses it properly. He doesn't try and do a Hollywood pass when there's not a Hollywood pass on. He'll go short when he needs to go short. He'll go mid-turn when he needs to go mid, and he'll go long when he needs to go long. Our number 8 tonight couldn't make up his mind what he wanted to do in terms of his position. Jarvis, you're absolutely right where you've got him pegged now. Completely right. He didn't know what positionally. He didn't know what to do when he got the ball. All right, delivered a magnificent cross for the Casemiro goal. I admit that, but his overall vision and play was below par. Completely substandard tonight. So I'm with you on Tonali. I could totally see in his overall performance, and he looked the big man today, didn't he? No Bruno Guimaraes. He looked the man. He looked like a player that says, right, you watch me tonight, everybody. The eyes of the world are going to be on Sandro Tonali tonight. And I love that. That's an Eric Cantona type of personality. That's a Ronaldinho type personality. That's a Guimaraes, a Garrincha type personality. I want you to focus on me tonight because I want you to see what I'm capable of doing. And he tore us a fucking new one. He was incredible tonight. And everybody, I think, Devilish Tacticos agree with us. I thought he was incredible. But I would have totally taken him out of the game with Mainoo. I really would.
Yeah. For me, I saw this. I think this is in the 3rd minute of the game, and I was watching. I was seeing this. This is nothing, but it just gave me a warning. So
he was boxing. Joe Linton was very good tonight. I totally agree with you.
So again, I don't know if you saw what happened in the beginning, but let me explain. In the beginning of this clip, you saw a guy like Bruno here. But Bruno was up here, and when it started, and now Bruno gets attracted to the ball and just move against Dan Burn, who's on the ball. But Tonali just curves his run and is available. He just find elegantly the right space. It ended up in nothing. It's Lewis Hall just playing the ball long, but you see the curved run from Tonali, how we find the space.
Yeah.
So now we go to evidence B. Evidence B is
Exhibit B. Exhibit A and Exhibit B.
Yeah.
Exhibit B.
Yeah. Exhibit B. So again, you see here Bruno and Tonali. So Bruno's job was obviously to stay close to Tonali and try to take him out of the game. And again, in the midfield, you win the header. Pay attention. Bruno looks at the ball. Start sprinting against Lewis Hall on the ball, and you have Tonali just waiting. He's not sprinting. He's seeing what's happening. He's trusting Lewis Hall. So again, let me just play it through. And you see him stops. He waits for the opening. Sorry for all of this, but it's just had to be done. And he just takes the ball with him.
Here he goes.
So again, that's and it happens so many times. Exhibit Z.
Yeah.
Is this the right one? Yeah. No. It's this one. This one. It's Dan Burn on the ball. Look who's here. Bruno is rushing into pressure. Tonali just continues his run, moves up, and dictates the ball. So again, I just showed you 3 incidences, and I did, and this was when I was watching the game live.
Yeah. These are what intelligence does. This is exactly what intelligence allows you to do when you watch and read the game. It allows you to understand. He knew Bruno was going to run around like an 8-year-old to try and cut down Lewis Hall because Mbuemo was out of position up front, and he knew he was. Mainoo was jogging back. Casemiro was jogging back. I think Mainoo and Casemiro joined at the hip, weren't they, at one point tonight, from what I could see, as you pointed out last night, Jarvis. And Tonali just said, "Thank you very much. I'm just going to sweep up." I don't understand why. As I said to you before.
Yeah, but if you're a coach, if you're Carrick, you are watching this. You're standing there on the sideline.
Are you
it doesn't take much. As I said, I'm from the north. I'm Norwegian. I played the game at a very low level. I watch football on TV, and I see it right away. After 3 minutes, I see the movements. I see, okay, we need to stop this. Why are they pissing about and not doing anything? Why are they not?
I don't know, because if you remember back in the invincible days of in the 2000s of Arsenal, they came to us in the FA Cup, and Fergie picked Phil Neville to man-mark Reyes out the game, and he did. Reyes was on fire until he came to Old Trafford that day. He was man-marked out the game. We beat them 2-0 because you took the player, you extinguished the spark of the opposition. Now, we knew, like you said, you knew in the first 3 minutes, Tonali was on it tonight. He was fucking on it. He was going to be the man, whether he's auditioning for Man United or AC Milan or fucking Real Madrid or whoever. He had a brilliant audition, and Joe Linton was a brilliant sidekick to him. Absolute brilliant sidekick. But the problem is, Bruno made so many bad choices tonight by chasing the play and chasing the ball instead of thinking, hold on, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I running around like a fucking idiot? Why aren't other players in their positions, in their zones, ready to, stop the play? And I will look after Tonali then. You use Bruno then as an example. I think Mainu would have been better one, but use Bruno as an example. But Tonali, just whatever. I'm just going to watch Bruno. He always watched Bruno because that was the key element to him. Tonali knew if Bruno wasn't anywhere around him, he would have the space. This is the thing about it. He's not rocket science, is it? When a player runs out of space, guess what happens? You leave a ton of it. So anyway.
Yeah, but and for me, boxing straight talk, you said it right away when I showed you the first clip of Tonali. You said it right away that Bruno can't do this. Put Mainu on him. You said so, Stu.
He's the one to do. I did, last night. I sort of made it very, very clear. Last night, Mainu's the way, didn't I? When we were doing our thing, Mainu's the one to man mark Tonali, and you sacrifice a player, Jarvis. By the way, when you're man marking somebody, you're sacrificing a player in the attacking phase of the game. You are, because you're taking him out the game completely, but you're hoping that he's taking their player out the game, so you're playing 10v10. That's the idea of it.
And Eddie Howe, he knows how to create space for Tonali because his two number 8s, he pushes them high.
Exactly right.
And what do you do then? You push back Casemiro and Mainu. And as I said, Casemiro and Mainu was static today. They didn't know what was going on. They couldn't read the game. They didn't understand what actually Newcastle was doing. They were creating a huge gap of space for Tonali to just jog around, prance around, have a wonderful day and at his job. And
we fell for that trap, though, Jarvis. We fell for them pushing the 2-8s forward.
But it's too easy. This is the Premier League.
Get out of Tonali. Tonali's your man. Forget everyone else. Tonali's your man. If we lose the game, Kobe, that's on me. Not you. That's on me because I've told you on Tonali. The end. And everything else should fall into place because if Tonali hasn't got the ball, they've got no creativity, have they? They've got a look again. Was excellent tonight. He really was, but he's not as creative as Tonali. He's a bit of a bull in a china shop, generally. But he wins the football and he gets you up the park. He's good in the air and he's very good on the deck as well. He's a very good footballer, with the ball at his feet. And so by doing that, they left such a big space between ourselves, our midfield, and Sesko. Sesko was completely in the dark for most of the game. He had to come hunting for the ball. Hoyland-esque, by the way, having to come out and look for the ball. And when he does pick it up, he's not in the box where we fucking need him. Oh, and by the way, we weren't crossing apart from the Casemiro header. Oh, fuck.
Well, Dallo tried a couple of times unsuccessfully, but that's one of our biggest problems. We don't have anyone who can cross the ball. We needed more legs. Another clip of Man United and how we actually did when we were in possession. And I talked about this Casemiro and Mainu flat. And Newcastle. This is a great clip. It's Maguire on the ball. Newcastle in the mid block. And look at this clip. Nothing is going on. Nothing is going on. No movement. Big space here because these two guys are static. They are flat. They are in line, doing nothing, not inviting. Look how compact Newcastle is sitting in a 4-5-1 formation. They have no worries at all when we are on the ball.
Start that clip again and watch Tonali. Just watch Tonali.
It's nothing special, but it just show you what we saw tonight.
This is quite interesting. What's Tonali here? Okay, so Tonali's there. Yeah, just watch him.
Okay, so we have Tonali.
He's there. Kobe Mainu to his left.
We have Bruno, Kobe Mainu.
Yeah, watch Tonali track Kobe Mainu. Very subtle. There it is. Very subtle. There he goes towards him again. Realizes Mainu's not going to be able to receive the ball. And look where he is again. Start. He's watching Mainu. That's a version of zonal man marking rather than tight man marking. But his job, Tonali, was at points in the game when Mainu gets the ball, stop him. That's all he did. And when he realised Mainu wasn't going to get the ball because is that Jacob Murphy? No, it's not Jacob Murphy, is it? Solanga on the side. Whoever's to his right. Because Joe Linton. Is it Jacob Murphy?
No, I think it's Jacob Ramsey.
Sorry, Jacob Ramsey. Sorry, I meant Ramsey. So he doesn't need to go over to Mainu because Ramsey's already there. So we've got Maguire. You've got Casemiro staying there. So Tonali's arching his walk or his run or his little jog because he didn't run anywhere, did he? Tonali, his little jog over to Casemiro, and you've got Maguire. So what you've demonstrated is how to mark midfield footballers.
Yeah. And also, Stu, if you see in the square box, we are overloaded
completely.
2 against 3. We have Bruno out here. For me, in this instance, I would prefer us to play Mbumo, and because Sesko was okay. Sesko is pushing high. We have talked about this. It's a good thing to do in certain games, but not in this game. I wanted a box. I wanted Mbumo here. I wanted Bruno here. I wanted close proximity and players close to each other because I knew that Newcastle would have had 1, 2, 3 players, and we would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, and we would have been able to play ourselves through this midfield, string ourselves through this midfield because the quality is there. Bruno is good on the ball, Mainu is good on the ball, Casemiro is good on the ball, and Mbumo is good on the ball. We would have had the quality.
But don't forget, we've caused that ourselves. Look where go back to the beginning. Look where Kobe Mainu started to where he's finished. What the fuck is he doing there? He doesn't need to be there. Yeah. He was here. Doesn't need to be there at all.
Yeah, but it's all that you see, Cunha. It's all of this interchanging of position, fluid kind of.
I know, because Maguire, and I bet you were like me, screaming to Davey, just sweep it out left. Just sweep it out left. Mainu doesn't need to be where Cunha is. I agree with you. I don't know what the fuck he's even doing there, Jarvis, mate. I don't.
So again, I was so frustrated tonight, watching the game. And doing these clips and thinking
that clip was a brilliant clip, bud. It just demonstrated everything that we were speaking about last night, pal. In that one clip, everything we were talking about last night. I'm so angry with it.
Yeah.
And how can you spot that, by the way, and Carrick can't?
Because I analyze football. I'm not a football coach. I'm an analyst.
but what does? But Carrick's got analysts. They've got little video screens now, haven't they? They sit and watch video screens. What the fuck aren't you seeing that you are?
So, Stu, let's get into the controversies of the game. There were some incidents, and Jacob Ramsey was on a yellow card. The first yellow card was a very obvious red card, yellow card. He was holding on a counter on a transition. So, nothing wrong with it. I like the referees when they give yellow cards on that because it's clear. That's one of the things that the referees usually get right. But the second yellow card, I want to talk more about this because we had the Peter Banks as the referee. So. Let's look at this situation, and I want to hear your thoughts on it before I tell you mine. So you see here Anthony Gordon on the ball, slips it through to Jacob Ramsey. Lammens comes out, and Jacob Ramsey goes down. At first look, you felt it was soft. Didn't touch him, but it could have been something, But when we looked at it in slow motion, this came out. You see, he hardly touched him. Touched him. But he went down in a clumsy way. And again,
so I'll tell you why the ref didn't give it, and it's really easy, and it is exactly what you said. It's the way he goes down, because he gets the ball, he beats Lamens to the ball, and Lamens kind of tries to bring his hands back. And what a clever player does, they drag their ankle across the floor and either touch the glove, but they go over forward. The only way you'll fall is forward if you are touched. You now watch the way that he fell, and that's why he wasn't given, and that's why he got the red card, the yellow card for diving. It's the way that he falls, not the momentum. It's the way that he falls. Because when you're going like that and you do that, you go like that. You
yeah, but you know, it's not like it's not a 50-50. You either get a penalty or it's a yellow card for diving. In my how I see football, you are allowed to sometimes drop. You know, if you feel a little touch, okay, you drop down, as long as it's not like super theatrical and you just dives and you want an Oscar for the show. For me, you know, as a player, you run maximum speed, you feel something inside the 18-yard box. Obviously, okay, you can't reach the ball, you drop down, but it wasn't like super theatrical for me. And for me, as a ex-player, I would have been fucking pissed if the referee gave me a yellow card for that one, because I wasn't diving. I was just dropping because I felt something, and I wasn't even sure myself if it was a penalty. He's not running to the referee. He's not trying to get a penalty per se. He's just dropping and lays there. And for me, you know, I think it's a wrong. I think Pete Banks makes a totally wrong call. You know, I'm a Man United fan, not a Newcastle fan, but I want to see fairness in football, and for me, that's not a second yellow.
He simulated the drop, though. That's the problem. I knew straight away it wasn't a penalty. Because, like I say, I could tell by the way that he fell. So I knew it wasn't a penalty. So I knew he hadn't been touched. Because, like I say, when you're touched, you fall forward. You don't kind of fall backwards, which is kind of what he did. So I knew it wasn't a penalty. Now, the referee then has a choice about whether he feels he simulated it or not. It's a very, very strange fall, but there's no way. It just momentum. It wasn't a momentum challenge. Now, I've been there, and you know, when I was playing up front as a 14-year-old, I've been there. And if you feel something from the keeper, I agree with you. You go down. You do go down. But normally, if he fell forward, if he'd gone onto his tummy, his chest. Honestly, Jarvis, that would have been given as a pen. Guarantee, you know, 100%. Because the momentum is taking.
You know, everything happens in a split second. You come there full pace. You see the referee, the goalkeeper coming out. Okay, you know you can't reach the ball. You feel something. It's just a slight touch, and you just in a split second think, maybe. But you're not like really diving, not doing an Oscar performance in a way. But you just drop down, and for me, it's not. That's not a diving. That's not a dive.
But you've also got the lino. He's unlucky on that side of the pitch because that's where the lino is.
Yeah.
So the lino's there. The lino's seeing exactly what's happened, and you know he's in the rest here. So look, would I give him a free kick? Sorry, would I have given a yellow card? Probably not. I don't think I would have. I don't think it was that bad a crime, if I'm being honest with you.
No, not for me either. That's
but I knew it wasn't a penalty. I I could tell straight away because I could see by the way that he fell that it wasn't a penalty.
No, it was never a pen. That's that. But for me, you know, you are allowed to fall inside the 18-yard box without a clear tackle for me. And
of course you are.
And always when you get 10 against 11 men, you know, for me, when I analyze football, you know, that's it. I just stop analyzing the game because there's nothing more to analyze.
Well, look,
in a way, because 10 against 11, that's...
Yeah, funnily enough, they were as good as, if not better. They absolutely destroyed us in the first... When did he go off? 30 minutes, 35 minutes, 40 minutes? They fucking destroyed us up until then. We were weak. We were ineffectual, and yeah, they destroyed us, and it absolutely made zero difference, Jarvis, when it went down to 10 men. Same as Everton.
No.
It made zero difference.
I actually think we would have got a better chance playing against 11.
I think we probably would have. I actually think we would have.
Because I think the mentality of the game was the Newcastle players, they were up for it. And when they went down to 10 men, they just turned it up a notch.
Yeah, we're not losing this game.
And we, at the same time, we turned it down a notch because we knew now we are against 10 players. We got this.
First minutes of the second half, backwards and forwards, running, chasing absolutely everything. Sonny Lamans, Maguire, Yoro, Shaw, Mazzari. He's chasing fucking everywhere. 2 minutes into the second half, Jarvis, and he's up and up. That's not what 10 men people do. Eddie Howe's gone in and said, lads, this game is for the taking. Eddie Howe's gone and said,
it's their cup final. We knew that they were going to give everything into this game. We knew it.
Eddie Howe's gone in there and said, this lot don't want it. They're not up for it. They're shit. Go and win the game. And they did that. They didn't stop running all night, Jarvis. They didn't stop running. And when Dan Burn, that fucking lanky twat, puts that tackle in on a Gartin, he's going, yeah. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, I just want to punch him in the fucking face. I hate that. I fucking hate that when a defender does that, or a goalkeeper does. I fucking hate it. Agate sees him coming, he knows Dan Burns coming.
Yeah.
So fair play to me, he allows the tackle to come in because he doesn't want to get hurt. But I want to play who's like, hold on, I'm going to fucking stick my shoulder here. You're going to push me. You're going to have to push me into the barriers, mate. And then hopefully I might get a yellow card. You might be on a second yellow card, Charles, and you might be off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know that sounds soft and daft. But
no. I agree. I know what you're saying, Stu. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Do that, do we? We just don't understand our dog. So I agree with you, Thomas. We would have had a better chance with 11 men. And one other question. Why haven't we learned from the Everton loss, which was only a few weeks ago, with 10 men? Why can't we beat or get a result against 10 men?
Yeah.
Moving forward, right? I'll tell you
what's going to happen. That the reason is we don't have wide players who can cross.
Yeah.
Because we know when you're down to 10 men, okay, you do this.
Yeah. So when
you play compact. You play compact. So you defend the central area, and there will be space on both sides. But then you have to be accurate in your crossing.
So when we play Villa, Jarvis, Emery's going to go, Rodgers, you're going to have a day off. Right. So give it 5 minutes, get yourself sent off. We're going to go and win the game. I would. If I was Emery, I'd say go on for 5, get yourself sent off. We're going to go and win the game. Because we can't beat 10 men. We can't beat 10 men. I want to credit Newcastle. Fair play to Eddie Howe. Fair play to Newcastle.
Yeah.
And Ramsdale made a couple of really good saves, didn't he? Xerxes effort, top corner, I thought was a great save. But the Yoro header, absolute criminal. That Yoro header, criminal. How he didn't score there, I just don't know. So,
yeah.
Oh, Joe, it's me old mate. What the fuck is going on? Honestly, what is going on?
Das comes in and say, all I see is player power again, and Carrick looked like he has lost the dressing room, staring into the space. And I didn't like Carrick's demeanor, at the end of the game. He looked lost.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I don't know. There's obviously been some interviews, hasn't there? But I don't know what they are.
Yeah. But we had this incident right after the red card, right before halftime, and again sloppy on the ball, dispossessed in possession. Casemiro too slow, too tedious on the ball. Casemiro had a poor game today. He scored a brilliant goal, but he was at a really poor game. But again, before I play this clip, I want to say we got to remember to play the game 3 days ago, and we have seen fully fit players, fully rested, fully energized, coming on, playing only one game a week. This reminds me of last season when we played Europa League. Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup.
This lot can't do it. They're too lazy.
No, well, not lazy, but maybe they don't have the right energy levels to play 2 games a week. So I think their top level is good enough, but they're not.
I don't think their fitness is.
enough.
I don't think their fitness is good enough at all. I think our fitness is terrible. I think our attitude is terrible. I think our absolute willingness to not be able to walk off the pitch because I'm that knackered is terrible. I think our whole approach to the game is terrible. When you look at Newcastle with 10 men chasing everything. Trippier still going for 90 minutes. Dan Burn, that big
Trippier impressed me tonight. We talked about Cunha was going to kill Trippier yesterday. You know that he was going to have a field day.
All the way round, couldn't cope with Trippier tonight.
Yeah,
you've got that that Chav guy, whatever he is. I mean, he probably played the best game of his career tonight. You know, Ramsdale solid between the sticks tonight. You know, honestly, we lack the mental capacity to be a top level football team. We really do. We really do lack the mental capacity to play at the elite level on occasions. I don't like it.
Yeah. I agree, Stu. Agree. Let's play the clip and
sorry.
Gordon coming in and the penalty, Bruno. So Casemiro is on the ball. It's just a long clip, so I gotta speed it up a little bit. So we managed to get it under 5 seconds. So Casemiro loses the ball. Andy Gordon starts carrying the ball. And Stu, what do you see? I think we are in a good position right now. We have 6 defenders against 3 Newcastle players. Yeah. Anthony Gordon running at us.
Pace kill.
Yeah, but could Mazraoui have done differently?
Well, Mazraoui there, you want to push Gordon away from the goal. So you want to keep him on that trajectory. So you want to push him away from the goal as far down to the byline as possible because he's quite quick. So chances are that if he does get a cross in, a couple of the players are going to be a second behind him or, you know, half a second behind him or something along those lines. But Bruno gets involved. So Bruno doesn't allow Mazraoui to deal with this. I mean, we know Mazraoui is a really good one-on-one defender. We know that. We know he's quite quick himself. And we know he positions himself well. But Bruno gets involved as well. But at this point in time, Gordon's at full chat. And he's a very quick footballer and pace kills. So Mazraoui is doing the right thing there. If you notice his body shape, Gordon can't cut in because Mazraoui's a yard in front of him and he's okay. But if Gordon tried to get in behind Mazraoui's got enough room to spin round and stop him. So Mazraoui is in a really good position. He really is in a great position to be able to do it. But then Bruno gets involved.
Yeah, boxing it doesn't rate Mazraoui, but as a defender, you know, I agree. You know, you try to force him.
Yeah, you do, and he's in the right position. And then Bruno gets involved, and Bruno's. This is when Bruno gets involved, Gordon tries to go in between them, doesn't he?
Yes, and he just cuts in front of him. So
he cuts in front of Bruno. There you go. What a stonewall penalty, no questions, nothing. It was a blatant penalty as you're going to ever see. If Bruno had stayed where he was, Mazraoui's pretty much got him. And when Gordon does cut in, Yoro's going to come across. So it's okay. We're okay if Bruno just.
But we've seen this instance. It indicates that he's going to cut inside. Look how he positions his feet.
Because he's going for the penalty.
Yeah.
And Jarvis, if you stop it there. What do I always say about when Rashford and Martial were scoring all of their goals? They attacked the diagonal, and that is the diagonal. That's what you do, and that's why you get so many. How many penalties did we get that season? Because they attacked the diagonal all the time. Exactly right. Yoro, you know, Gordon's got nowhere to go. Bruno stayed out of it, but he didn't, and it's a stonewall penalty. I can't believe he had the cheek to say he didn't foul him. I can't believe.
No, it was for me. It was clear. It was clear.
Stonewall, absolutely stonewall.
But you know, as an attacker, Gordon, I know that Bruno is not doing it on purpose. You know, he hits him with his knee.
He's not.
But it's clumsy. You know, you are getting too close, and you're putting yourself out there. You know, by being that close inside 18-yard box. Can Carrick he's not agreeing. He say dived.
He's joking. He's joking. He knows. And the thing is, though, you know, knee on knee. You know, and it was very clever by Gordon, by the way, because you know, Mazzarri got him where he wanted him, and as soon as he saw Bruno or heard him, he probably heard him coming, Jarvis, saw him at the corner of his eye. It's a Stonewall penalty, you know, or cuts in here. You see what I mean? Where Mazzarri is perfectly positioned there. Look, here we go. Boom. There he goes. There's his turn. There's his turn. There's Mazzarri's turn. And he would have still got to tackle him, but it's a Stonewall penalty. Mazzarri was
it's here. That's the impact, you know, the knee.
Yeah,
knee into. Yeah.
Bruno's got his knee bent.
Yeah.
There you go. Fair play to Gordon. As soon as I saw it, I thought, yeah, as boxing said, silly foul. Silly foul.
Silly foul. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't do this when you go against quicker players as Gordon. It's very good on the ball.
No, you don't. You
leave him that half of yard of space because
all the time.
You know, if he cuts in, okay, you let him go because you don't want to make a penalty. You know.
Yeah, we don't want to get into a foot race with him, do you?
No.
You get into a foot race with Gordon, you're going to be on the back foot. And I thought Mazzarri did quite well there, but Bruno stepped in, and it was a very easy decision, very, very easy decision to make.
See, a lot of people are angry at Malacia. He had hardly played a game in years.
Yeah.
It's not easy coming onto the pitch and doing a job, you know. And I agree more with Das coming in and say Wilcox needs sacking. He brought Malacia back because I think he's a finished player. You know, he's been out of the game for so long. You can't expect him to come in and do anything for Man United. You know, doing football training, football practice every day. It's not the same as playing at the highest level. He needs a loan. He needs to play regular football, get himself back on his feet, and get going, get his career going. But we should never have kept him on the bench. You know, just for numbers. And
no, I don't think Malacia should have come on. I think maybe you put Yoro left back and bring Heaven in. Maybe I think Mark's right.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say he's disgraced. I don't think that's fair, but
it's a poor decision by Carrick.
Well, he made a lot today, didn't he? A lot of poor decisions.
Yeah, and he shouldn't play. Yeah, but again, you know, I'm a little bit cautious because I don't want to slate Malacia because I understand his situation. You know, he hasn't played a game in years.
He'll go in the summer. We won't get. I hope we get you know, just give him like boxing says, give him a free transfer in the summer. And wish him the best. I've got no ill feeling towards. He did. King Carrick, you're absolutely right. He did, and the movement across because Bruno allowed him to do that by coming in and trying to double block with Mazzarri, but Mazzarri got him kind of taken care of. And then as soon as he cut inside, it was he did buy that penalty. But good forwards do, you know, good intelligent forwards do. Bruno didn't need to be there really, to be honest, but he was, and it's it. But it was a Stonewall kick.
France comes in and say whoever will be the manager in August needs to come back to this game and sell and release at least 6 players. Yeah, we are not done with
the in May.
With the clear out.
The manager in August. He needs to be the manager in May, not August.
Why are we taking this long? Actually, Stu, why are we taking this long? As you know,
I think we're trying to get somebody that we can't get at the moment. I think we were trying to get somebody who's in contract with somebody.
Yeah.
And nice to see me old mate Paul Scholes kind of backed my Ancelotti. He's come out quite clearly and said that. So maybe we're trying to get somebody we can't get at the moment, and we're going to have to do a deal. But we've got to do a deal in May, and it can't be any later. It's got to be done in May. And if he is at the World Cup, whoever it may be, Jarvis, could be Nagelsmann. If he is at the World Cup, he can start planning before he goes to the World Cup. I know he'll have the World Cup on his mind, but he can do stuff in between, just like Louis van Gaal did when he was at the he was at the World Cup, wasn't he? Louis van Gaal was at the World Cup. He started planning while he was at the World Cup and concentrating. Holland had a really good tournament that year, didn't they? If we remember,
they did.
And he came to us. So if we are doing that, we need to, whether you announce him or not, I don't know, but he needs to be in and around, understanding what's going on in and around May time. We've got 2 months, in my opinion. If you leave it any later, Jarvis, and as Franz says, he walks through the door in August, we got big problems.
I agree. But, at the end of the day, it tells me, it tells it, the process of getting a new manager, it tells me that our footballing structure with Wilcox in charge are pissing their pants. They are so scared at the moment to make the wrong decision because they feel the pressure of being a Man United. So they are stalling and thinking and analyzing and trying to make the right move. But all this, I think they are overthinking, because as a football club, I think you need stability.
Yeah.
I think stability is one of the keys, because when you have stability, you have time to work and progress and be better. Yeah. But if you always have shifting things, instability all day long, you don't know who will be the boss tomorrow or in the next week or in the next 2 months. As a footballer, how are you going to commit to the club and give everything for the badge? Well, as a player, how are you're sitting there looking at Carrick? He's the interim. Okay, we are fighting for Champions League next season. We want to become top 5. That's the aim.
But that's our problem.
We have a guy here who's no experience coming in from Middlesbrough. Nothing wrong about Carrick. I like him as a character. I like him as a manager up until now. But you got to think of it as a group of individuals, 25, 30 players. And you need a gaffer, you need a boss, you need someone who will be in charge. You need longevity, you need to plan ahead. And these players, okay, they always focus on the next match, but they also focus on the World Cup in the summer. You focus on what's going on next season. Where are you going to stay? How long? Will I get a contract extension? Will I stay at Manchester? Can I be happy here? What about my family? Is my kids going to school, kindergarten, preschool, whatever, So we have so many elements. You want stability in your life, and we're not getting it by these Muppets running the club.
You've summed up everything that's wrong with football then. Unfortunately, you've just summed up everything that's wrong with the game, because these guys are going to play for the here and now. Forget the summer. And I know where you're coming from, because Kylian Mbappe is whinging at this point in time, isn't he, about, they want me to come and play against City. I've got the World Cup to think about. No, you haven't. You've got Real Madrid to think about first. These players have got Manchester United to think about now. They've got me, you, all the Devils tacticos and all the fans around the world to think of. I absolutely get your point, 100%. But if this is the issue with player power right now. I'm looking at Carrick. What you said is correct. And they wouldn't look at Ancelotti in the same way. I get that. I understand that 100%. But they're here and now, and they've got to get to Champions League football first. Not that I want to play Champions League football. Well, fucking make it happen. You want to play Champions League? I hate a player, right, Jarvis, honestly, that comes out and says, I want to play Champions League. Well, make it fucking happen then. Because the only way you're going to play Champions League is if you make it happen. And what we need is a manager. Absolutely. We don't need a coach. We don't need a new fangled Amarin. We don't need a new fangled Hursler. Or, we need a manager first and a coach second, because we need a manager that's going to get hold of these players and wring their necks when they need wringing, and stick their arm around them when they need sticking their arm around them. Because, all this bullshit about, I don't like the way that Carrick does that. I don't give 2 fucks about that, actually, to be honest. I really don't give 2 fucks about whether
but who's the stability used to then? It's Wilcox. Wilcox is the guy who's the stability in all of this.
He has to go. He has got to
Wilcox is a fucking yes man.
He's
How are you
killing
going to
the
be Casemiro and Wilcox comes? Oh, do you want to stay another season? Maybe prolong your season. Maybe you take a wage cut. You can stay for us one more year. Sorry, I know nothing about football. Champions League winner Casemiro. You know,
Yeah, I know.
it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's bullshit.
It
It's
is. You're
bullshit.
100% right.
We have Mr. Potato Head running the club at the moment. You know, he's the guy they look up to for some kind of authority. Because Carrick is obviously he's just interim. You know, he's the substitute teacher coming in and making everybody feel good. We all knew this. We saw this under Ollie. We saw it play itself out. We saw it happen. We all, as Man United fans, are 100% aware of the effects, and it's a good thing. You know, I respect Carrick for winning 6 out of the first 8 games. You know, this is not the criticism of Carrick. It's a criticism of how the club is run, and Wilcox and Ratcliffe and Ineos and all of these idiots that's running our club.
Yeah, when you allow players, and because Wilcox is allowing players to be able to, you know, do what they want, etc., 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 then you are going to get away with murder. I don't want that anymore, Jarvis. I don't want players to be able to get away with murder. Oh, I love playing under Carrick. He lets me do this, and piss off, piss off. You liked playing under Ollie, didn't you? Until he decided you weren't good enough to play in the team, or he decided you weren't pulling your weight in training, or he decided you weren't doing this. Then all of a sudden you don't want him.
We're down tools.
He doesn't like it. You're down tools. You start crying. Don't want any of that. A good, strong technical director, sporting director, Jarvis, won't allow that. He will not allow players to dictate to the club. And so Real Madrid, the reason I said that is going back to Mbappe. Oh, you know, I've got the World Cup to think about. Sorry, mate. You haven't. We pay you to play football for Real Madrid, not Brazil. Sorry, he's French. He's French. And sorry, I don't know why I said Brazil. France, not for France. We do not pay you to play for France. You pay to play for Real Madrid. And if you don't want to pay for Real Madrid, we're not going to pay you. You're going to start crying then, aren't you? Because you already sued PSG for 60 million, so we know you're a greedy fuck. That's football, isn't it? That's exactly what football's about. You mentioned it a couple of weeks ago about the World Cup. You know, we got players. Oh, I don't want to get injured now because of the World Cup, and performances always start to drop off in a World Cup year. You've seen it yourself. You've said it yourself. You've seen it yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get injured. Well, you know what?
When they come to March, you will see them start walking really slowly. They don't want to slip. They don't want to get injured. They don't want to put their foot in. They don't want to put their body on the line in a tackle because they know, okay, there goes the World Cup. So again, maybe we are seeing the decline starting right now. In some
if
of
you
these
don't make
players.
the World Cup squad, whatever. Dan Burn didn't give a damn, did he? When he crashed into a Garter, he didn't give a fuck. Well, I had to go to the World Cup or I don't. I'm playing for Newcastle United.
Yeah,
he knows what it means, Jarvis, to be a professional footballer, doesn't it? At the highest level, he's living his dream as a kid, and it shows in the way that he plays. I don't look at any of our players and don't see excitement on them. Don't see excitement in their face anymore. You know, really happy to be on that pitch, excited to be on that pitch. Fucking hell, we got Newcastle away Wednesday night, lads. I can't wait to get up there.
Talking of Dan Burn, you know, that's a good segue. And what's your thought on this situation?
It's a red card.
Should VAR have intervened?
It's a red card, yeah. It's a nasty challenge, that is. It's a nasty challenge. He's done it. He knew what he was doing. It's a nasty, nasty challenge. Yeah. So that'll be a heavy elbow in and around your jaw. A very heavy elbow. It's a nasty challenge.
Yeah, you look at it. It's like
he knew where
he gets his body, and it's not just his arm. He gets his body. You know, the
momentum. What he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. It's poor. And do you know what the worst part is? The ref is right in line with it, and he's watching it. Terrible. Should have gone straight red for me. It's a really bad decision.
But why isn't VAR intervening? Because they obviously saw these pictures in slow motion. It's violent conduct.
Yeah,
it's violent. And by the letter of the law, violent conduct is a direct red card. It's a situation where VAR should have intervened.
It's a red card. Yeah, Joe Linton was on Casemiro as well, wasn't he? I think Joe Linton should have gone, shouldn't he, for a challenge? It's terrible. It was unacceptable. I'm not. I don't know why VAR didn't get involved in that at all. I don't know.
Yeah, but we are allowed to question VAR because this is the inconsistency with VAR. Let's say if that was Casemiro.
Oh, he would have got sent off, yeah. But you can, they can re-look at it after, so maybe they will look at it, maybe.
Yeah, but it doesn't help us a lot, afterwards. No. It's like poor.
No. Yeah, we'd have been in right trouble. But they didn't bother checking it, so he's got away with it. So.
Yeah, but again, VAR, it's a clear and obvious error from the referee. They should have intervened. We had this talk on Monday.
Yeah. Wait, this again. You say
you even saw Carrick and his coaching team right away reacting to the fourth official, and like waving their arms against him and talking to him like really aggressively because something happened.
Yeah,
and they could see it.
But this is VAR for you. This is why I don't want it. I just don't want it.
Mm-hmm. And it's a good question from Mark. How can you not see a 7-foot player elbowing someone?
You can see Luke Shaw. He's fucking 5'8" or something like that. God, it's terrible.
But you see some of these players. What's the guy who used to play for Liverpool and Newcastle? The guy with the ponytail, always with his elbows.
No, Andy Carroll. He was terrible for
Andy Carroll. You see some of these players. It's one thing, going into the duel, leaning with your elbows up. It's another thing doing this.
Yeah, they purposely elbow people, and they do it on purpose. So. Yeah. Not good, mate. Not good. Not good, my old mate. Not good.
The P said Shaw was daft.
Yeah, he should have rolled around. Yeah, gone down on the deck, rolled around.
But it was a poor game from Luke Shaw today.
Yeah, he wasn't great.
Yeah. And the ref had the stinker. Yeah.
Oh, he was terrible. Yeah, he was terrible.
He had. Let's look at the Casemiro goal. Get us into a better mood. It's a lovely cross from Bruno.
It's a brilliant header, that is.
Yeah.
It really is a brilliant goal. That is such a difficult header to execute.
And the way he comes in front of the player, full force.
Yeah.
This is Casemiro's specialty.
Oh, he's got nowhere to go. He's got nowhere to go with that header. Okay. Because if he plants it, pretty much straight on, he's going to probably hit the post or it goes wide. Okay, if he gets any less of a flick on it, it goes directly into Ramsdale's hands. It's a brilliant header.
It's a fantastic header.
It's a great goal.
So this is another angle from Bruno. Lovely cross. Casemiro puts it in the net.
A good goal. It's such a good header. It really is. It's a great goal. Did we deserve it? Nope. But it's still a mighty fine goal. By the way, Yoro's header was 10 times easier than Casemiro's.
Yeah. And by the way, if you look at the stats, you said something about deserving anything. We had 55% possession and Newcastle had 45, but they had 2.22 XG and we only had 1.28. So 2-1, I think that's a fair result. It reflects the game.
Yeah, we didn't go anywhere with our possession. We didn't do anything. We went from side to side. Newcastle just dropped into 2 banks of 4. When they went down to 10 men, and that was it. Come and break us down. And we know we are renowned for not being able to break a low block. We're renowned for it. Renowned for it.
Yeah. But it comes down to quality and lack of a clear game plan.
Look where we had the most of our possession. From minute 60 onwards or whenever it was. That's when we had the most of our possession. How embarrassing is that? But look at the start of the second half and the amount of possession Newcastle had at the start of the second half. They were pushing, pulling, and pulling all the time.
Yeah. So what are the chats saying, Stu?
Yeah, they're just saying that the ref's not so great. Boxing Straight Talk says 5 times this season. He's done this cast. Yeah, absolutely fucking great goal. What else? Daz is saying football lately is fixing insomnia correct. We're just terrible. Yeah, the ref was dishing out. Yeah, cards low. Yeah, he was. Yeah, we said that at the first start of the show. So yeah, I think the chat was fed up as we are, but
yeah. Do we want to see the Villosola goal
I think we should.
at the end?
Yeah, I think we should. I saw a couple of people wondering whether or not Lamans could have got it. I'm no goalkeeper, so I'd love to know what the devilish tacticos think.
Yeah,
but we gave the ball away, didn't we?
We were in possession. Newcastle were defending deep, but they were in control. And actually, they were defending in a 4-3-2 formation. So they actually had 2 up front a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You usually go into a 4-4-1 formation when you go one man down. But they blocked the central areas and forced us to go wide because they knew that we were toothless on both sides. We couldn't cross the ball. So Bruno is on the ball. Gives it to Cunha. Cunha loses possession, and you have Villosola putting in a massive sprint. And Malacia in this position,
he's never going to catch him. Never going to catch him.
Poor Malacia. Poor Malacia in this situation.
He was never going to catch him. He was running that fast. He almost lost his footing. The Newcastle guy.
So Villosola. Yeah. You see it right there.
Yeah, unbelievable.
He stumbles.
Yeah, he was going that fast. The ball suddenly held up, but here we go. I don't. Yeah.
But do you think this is where Malacia gets it wrong because he comes in full pace? He didn't slow it a little bit down and get his balance before challenging.
Yeah, it was easy because the attackers got the momentum at that point, and because Malacia was so far back. It was easy for Villosola to come back on his left peg. So
step over, and
Malacia didn't know where he was. If you look at Malacia, he pirouetted him. I ain't got a clue where he was. Oh dear! Watch Malacia here.
Oh, let me just remove it.
Yeah, watch him here. There you go. He hasn't got a clue where he was going. Just pirouetting.
What is Malacia doing? Look at him.
I don't know. He hadn't got a Scooby what he was doing, and it was. I thought it was a good finish. I don't know whether Lamans could have got it or not, to be honest.
But Malacia, No, I don't think Lamans could have done anything.
It's a good finish, but the kid earned his goal. He sprinted 60 yards in total. So fair play to him. It's a bit like Sesko the other day. You sprint 60 yards, you deserve a goal, and he got it. So
I never heard about Villosola before tonight. I didn't even know he existed. So if any of you know anything about William Osula,
I think we know now, don't we?
Okay, so let's just check his stats. He's 22 years of age. He's Danish. Oh, I didn't know that. He's Danish.
He'll be at the World Cup now, I would imagine.
And he's actually a striker. That's his position.
Well. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Player profile. Let's see what he's done so far this season.
He's a right footer as well. There you go. That's the virtue.
Oh.
That's the virtue of practicing on your weaker foot.
But he whipped it with his left foot.
It's a hell of a strike. You wouldn't. I thought he was left-footed. There you go. His right foot is. He's right-footed. There
so this so far this season, he have 2 goals. He only started 1 game, but he's come on for 16 matches. So he played 267 minutes so far. Well, he has his cameos.
Yeah,
but again, it was enough to.
It was enough. Look, if he came on for 30 seconds, Jarvis, and he popped one in the back of the net, it's an irrelevance. You can say what you like about me, but I came on and I've scored against Manchester. I've got the winner, at home. He'll be a legend on Newcastle now, and he will be an absolute. He won't be able to.
He will be there, Makeda or something.
He will. Yeah, he won't be able to go anywhere in Newcastle. He will be mobbed
the Georges will be
he'll just phone up his
all
local
over him.
cadre. Sorry, who are you? Oh, I scored the winner against Manchester United Wednesday. We'll be there in second, sir. He will now. He will. If a cab driver is 2 minutes away from his house and he's got a fare, he will stop, kick the fare out to go and get him. He will be lauded in Newcastle. That's it. So,
Lauded.
and I love that about the fans up there. They're so passionate about football.
Yeah.
They're so passionate about Newcastle and the club, and it's nice.
Yeah. Nice. Before we end, I just want to show the Xerxes.
It's a great strike.
Streamer. I think that was a great strike. I agree. So he receives the ball from Bruno, whips it.
Did you see how lazy his effort was, by the way, and the power that he got on it? Look how you go back and look how lazy and languid he is when he strikes it. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Good save, by the way. Really good save. Really good.
Ramsey had a good game today. He had a good game.
He did. Ramsdale, very well. I think
Ramsdale,
yeah. I think he'll keep Pope out the 11 at Newcastle now, because Pope hasn't been playing well, has he? But Ramsdale's come in. When he needed to perform, he performed, didn't he? So
he did. Thoughts on the upcoming game against Villa?
We're both going into a really terrible form. Villa worse than us. But we are going into it not in great shakes. So when do we actually play Villa? What date do we play Villa? It's the 3rd of March today. 4th of March, sorry.
Well, let's look at it. So the next Premier League game is 15th of March. We play at home against Villa.
So
Sunday.
We play the 15th.
Sunday, 15th of March. So 10 days.
So then we play in 10 days. And then when's our next game after that?
That will be the 20th of March. Then we have Bournemouth. And after that game, then will be the international break. And I think we have Leeds in the 11th of April or something.
So we don't play then? So from the
20th of March until 11th of April. So that's 3 weeks off.
So we got 3 weeks off. Yeah, we don't play for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. We should have a manager installed in April in those 3 weeks.
If you look at the results at tonight's round,
City
round 28,
you
can see Man United lose against, but City just drew against Forest and West Ham won against Fulham. So Spurs are in trouble right now.
Spurs are in big trouble. Leeds is a Monday night game. Oh, it's Monday night, Johnny says, Johnny K. So we're on a Monday night game with Leeds.
Okay.
So we
another Monday.
We're still the same points, 51, aren't we, with Villa? Same as Villa.
Let's bring up the Premier League table. It's
how annoying. We could have closed in on City, couldn't we?
Could have, would have, should have.
Could have, would have, should have. Fuck it. Yeah. Could have, would have, should have. Yeah. There you go.
So Arsenal still on top, 67 points. City 60. We are on 51, same as Villa.
So if they win, City, because they've got a game in hand, then it's only 4 points. But right now it looks good for Arsenal, doesn't it? 7 points, but it could be 4. But so our next game will be determined because Chelsea have suddenly come back into the picture, and so have Liverpool now. We've let them back into the picture.
Could have been 6 points.
It could have been 6 points, but it's only 3. And then we've got we're going to have a really tough game against Villa. Villa aren't playing well, but can we, hand on heart, say we can beat Villa?
At the moment, I don't know.
No, me neither.
I don't know. I'm a little bit worried, Stu. I have to be honest. I'm a little bit worried of Carrick. Both his in-game management, how he set up his team, his inability to read the game and understand what's coming.
It's in game
looks a
management.
it looks a little bit lightweight for me.
He's lost.
Again, I'm trying to say this is not a criticism of Carrick directly. It's more how I observe the situation, and
he's lost at the moment, to be honest, Carrick. And I agree with Mark. I think Villa turn up against us as well. I think Mark's right. Absolutely. I think Villa turn up against us. We obviously will do our match review preview and our match reaction on that, but I think Villa turn up against us. And I'm backing Wolves
29, 28, 28.
I'm backing Wolves to not finish bottom. I'm backing Wolves to not get out the bottom three.
No,
but I think they'll finish second from bottom. I think Burnley will go bottom. Wolves are a very good side at the minute. I tell you, João Gomez last night. Did anyone watch Gomez?
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was fantastic. So was Andre. Yes. So was Andre. They were both excellent last night.
But Spurs, 29 points. Could you see Spurs getting relegated?
It depends what West Ham and Forest do now, and whether or not Forest and West Ham have got to play Tottenham. Really interesting. Really, but I wouldn't rule out Leeds either yet. They're on 31 points. They could still.
Yeah.
Tottenham play tomorrow night, don't they?
Tottenham play tomorrow night. They're up against who? They're up against
Palace.
Palace. Yes, Palace. And even Palace is only on 35 points. No, I think Palace is safe.
Tottenham Palace. Yeah, London derby tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And then it's fifth round of it's the FA Cup this weekend. So
we'll see.
Yeah, so we play Villa on the 15th, so we don't play now till the 15th. We've still got 10 games. We've still got a mountain of time again between. And this is what annoys me about these players. You've got time off.
But we are missing Lisandro Martinez, and I think he's so vital for our team.
He is.
To progress the ball from back line and up into the midfield. Then we can automatically play with Mainu and Casemiro a little bit higher. You get closer proximity, the shifting of positions, the free roaming. All of this will be better as soon as we have Martinez.
I'm tired. I'm shattered, mate. It's been a long week.
Me too. We have done 1 hour 30 minutes now.
Show on the road. Full show on the spin.
Yeah.
We did Sunday, Monday last night. Tonight, so
you will get 3 weeks off. Why are you complaining?
No, not for a while. Not for a while.
Dave comes in and say West Ham and Forest are getting results. Yes, they are. They are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And then LP comes in and say no holidays. Can't trust these players.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. No holidays. Totally agree.
And Johnny K comes in with a good observation. So a good thing is there's no midweek games for us this season now. So only one game a week. I think that's in our advantage, and we will most likely get top 4, and Champions League next season. I can't see us losing.
We've had one game a week for half the season, and it's made no difference. These Muppets just can't be. Oh, I don't know.
It will be good to have a good night's sleep and just to absorb this game. Yeah.
Oh no, it's giving me a headache tonight. The game, it really has. Actually, give me a headache.
Mark says every time Ugarte comes on, we lose.
It seems to be Ugarte. Yeah, poor Ugarte. Yeah. Although I thought he did all right today. He didn't do any worse than anyone else, did he?
No, I think Ugarte came on and did okay. He did okay.
Yeah. He did have a black eye. Yeah, I think he must have picked that up over the weekend.
Yeah, what happened to Casemiro? Did anyone hear anything? Did he say anything?
Unless his missus gave him a round ass.
No, let's hope not.
It's quite a nasty one.
Yeah. It's a good one.
No problem, though. No problem. And on with it. get on with it. No, yeah, but maybe that affected him. Maybe it was a bit painful for him. Who knows?
Is that what you call a Glasgow kiss?
Well, it's normally a broken nose, a Glasgow kiss, but then again,
that's a broken nose. Okay.
Yeah, it's a headbutt to your.
Okay, that's a headbutt. Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know. I was just.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know, Mark.
We don't know, Mark. Yeah.
No one knows. Well, guys, it's been a good show. We have been doing 1 hour 30 minutes, so we analyzed the game as best as we could. But you know, it's hard to analyze poor effort. So there's nothing more to say. And I will probably look at the game one more time. I felt that Carrick made a lot of mistakes, but it's not just on Carrick; it's also on the players. I will never let the players off the hook. I think a lot of these guys have proven again and again they're not good enough, and this is what they do. This is their bread and butter. Show up for a couple of games and then drop in performance. And when the merry goes around, when everything goes poor again, they show up for a couple of games, and yeah,
absolutely. You don't want a Chelsea smile. You know what a Chelsea smile is, don't you?
No, I never heard that Chelsea smile.
So that's when you get the credit card and you stretch your mouth out with a credit card and they leave it in and it rips your side of your mouth. It's horrible.
Like the Joker.
Yeah. And they have done it. Actually, some people do it with Stanley knives as well. I think I'm right in saying that. I know boxing, they do it with Stanley knives as well. But a Chelsea smile is mainly somebody will jab a credit card because they're sharp, and you get it jabbed in there, and it's fucking horrible. It's horrible. But I do believe they've used a Stanley knife as well sometimes, and just like put a little bit of a thing up there as well. But the credit card is the main one for the Chelsea smile. It's thuggery. Wow. It's actually thuggery, football hooliganism thuggery is what it is. And they pin you up against the wall and they choke you, so and that's when they shove the card in.
Jesus.
It is blades. I thought it was blades as well, boxing, yeah. But cards was the main thing. It was horrible. Fucking Chelsea smile was horrible. It was rife back in the day when we really suffered from hooliganism in the 80s and the It's fucking horrible.
And you went around all England, in stadiums. You witnessed it all.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it firsthand. It's absolutely vile what happens, and you get caught. Innocent people used to get caught up in it as well. I mean, if any fans of my age, they'll tell you would go to an away ground and you get set upon. Tottenham was terrible. Tottenham was really bad. They used to wait outside for you. The Spurs, the Yid Army. Sorry, that's what they call themselves.
Okay.
No, Mark, I'm not that well informed, pal. No. I'm not that well informed. I stayed away from that.
Yeah.
It's not nice, though. Not nice at all.
They say I have to watch the Craze, the game again. Yeah.
The Craze are notorious gangsters. They were notorious Lunkston gangsters in the 60s. You didn't fuck around with the Cray twins. Actually, the reason the American Mafia didn't come over to London in the 60s is because of the Cray twins.
Okay.
But they were horrible. And unfortunately, a lot of my family's from London. And if you were from London back in the 60s and lived in and around their surrounding areas, one or two of your family members probably would have known them. Let's put it that way. And we'll leave it at that.
Guys, it's a great film. Yeah, well, I have to look it up. Thank you for.
Yeah, one of the best ones is. Hold on, there's a couple of good films out, and one had the Spandau Ballet twins, the Martin and Gary Kemp. But there's a better one called Legend. And that's just got Tom Hardy in it, and he plays both brothers. Mark, thank you for staying, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
He plays both brothers, and how they did it was absolutely superb. Really, really good. So he played both brothers, but it showed you how fucking crazy Ronnie was, and Reggie was the beautiful one. So Ronnie was a fucking nutter. absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I didn't
Both
know
great
that.
films, Dave. Yeah, both great films, Dave. I preferred Legends. I don't know why, actually. It's probably a bit more, I don't know, a bit more bitty, I think. But if you get a chance, watch them. Don't watch it with the kids. Don't watch it with Philip, though.
No.
Yeah,
No.
there's a bit of blood.
Yeah.
There's a bit of blood.
Yeah. We watch cartoons. That's the thing.
And Star
Or
Wars.
YouTube. We Star Wars. Yes, Star Wars is fantasy. Yeah, that's good. Guys, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Boxing Dave, Mark, then LP, all of you legends. The Johnny K, all of the guys who tuned in earlier. I know it's late, so a lot of you have dropped off. But there's still 18, 19, 20 people of you, 54 watching in total. I will redirect over to Nuruddin. He's still live, so you don't have to watch the whole show, but jump into Nuruddin's chat and tell him Tactical Devil's Raid. I always like to give Nuruddin something back. He's always helpful and pushing this channel. So it's nice to give something back, and you guys can help me do that. So, and I will jump on for 10 minutes and have my say with Nuruddin. So it's been a great show, guys. We lost. The unbeaten record is over, and we go again against Villa. There's nothing else we can say. Stu and I will be back on Thursday night doing or Friday. I'm not sure yet.
Be Friday. I think if I do tomorrow, I'm likely to get. Do you know what? If I do tomorrow night, guys, I'm likely to get a Chelsea smile.
Okay, Friday night will be Stu and Jarvis back on track. So thank you, everybody, and please do us a favor. Go over to Nuruddin's channel. I will redirect you guys. And just type in Tactical Devil's Raid. That's all you need to do. And then you can turn off and call it a night. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Stu. Thank you, the rest of you, the Devilish Tacticos. And please do me a favor. Smash the like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the non-live section after the show.
Thank you, guys.
If it's available in your region, you can also hype the show. That's also very helpful. So thank you, everybody. And we will be back on Friday night.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye-bye and good night.
Bye-bye. Bye.